Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Big Papa Pump!
Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Scott, this is Grado. Twitter handle at Grado Wrestling. TNA employee. Just looking to see if I could bother you for a gym workout plan. You seem to have a good figure. You've been doing well. If you can call me back as soon as possible. Love that tattoo of the heart across your chest. Remember that? Sorry, I shouldn't be so much of a mark. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon, Scott. Bye.
Welcome, everybody. The card is going to change. Presented by AIW. I'm your host, Glenn Moore. This is sponsored by Smart Mark Video and the This Is Awesome Wrestling Show. A very special guest in studio. Before we get to him, I want to welcome our other hosts of the show, John Thorne and Chandler Biggins. Before we get into the show, guys, go on iTunes, leave a 5-star review, comment on the show as well. We would truly appreciate it. And social media on Facebook and Twitter. Tell your friends about the show. Blowing up, thanks to Cole Cabana for a little plug on the art of wrestling.
And subscribe. It helps the algorithm out.
We are here in the actual studio, not apartment, with the man from across the pond. Grado is here joining us for the show. Grado, welcome.
What's happening? He's all good.
He has about 4 beer bottles surrounding him. He's in good form right now, ready to go. And guys, Grado, first, welcome to Cleveland, man.
Thanks very much. I fucking love Cleveland.
No, I don't know if you have ever been on a podcast before, but this is a personal journal and entryway.
And I've gotten soul the minds, the souls, the house, the hearts. But most of all, I am a professional wrestler. It must be hard having a podcast, and trying not to do Colt Cabana's fucking shtick.
Oh,
because anytime I ever get interviewed, I just want to do Cabana's shtick.
He does his shit.
I mean, that's
all the time.
all I fucking do.
I've never done Colt Cabana's shtick. I've never talked about algorithms. I've never said thanks at the end of a podcast.
Oh, my.
Come on.
Jesus Christ.
I listened to the podcast when you spoke about the Grado weekend, and I heard a couple of Cabana-isms.
Cabanism. I got to pay tribute to the man that inspired all wrestling podcasts.
I know. I never knew what a podcast was until I met Colt Cabana.
Me either. He called me once in the middle of the night and was like, hey, man, I want to start a podcast. How do I do it? I said, what the fuck is a podcast?
Did he actually come to you and ask about a podcast?
Yeah, he called me at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I had no fucking idea what he's talking about.
And then he came to me. Thorne goes, Colt Cabana wants to start a thing where he interviews wrestlers for an hour for free a week. And I go, that's not going to work.
It's funny, man.
But the name of the show is The Card is Going to Change. And Grado, I don't think the card has ever changed more than when you were advertised.
So I
mean, we had the whole episode about it, but let's get into the fact that you almost caused the bromans do America.
Oh, really?
I think Shaw does America.
I think they've been in America.
So, I mean, well, obviously you're talking about 2014, the Grado weekend.
Yeah. Well, let's first talk about how we started talking. There was a great man, Sanjay Dutt, the guru.
The original player from the Himalayas.
Yeah, the original player from the Himalayas. He told us, he's like, you got to watch this documentary. And I go, what, Dear Zachary, the imposter? And he goes, no, man, the British wrestler. He goes, it's a Vice documentary. And him, Shima, and Colt Cabana all like put this documentary over to us. And we watched it. We're like, this guy's
This is when
great.
Nobody knew what the fuck Vice was either. It was before they had fucking...
Before Dennis Rodman went to Korea or whatever.
Yeah, fucking bullshit.
And then, so we watched that, and then you met Colt Cabana at the airport, and I'm like, this is the fucking funniest guy ever.
That's the first thing I ever saw. I didn't watch the documentary.
No, you didn't watch the documentary?
Not till
Well,
after I
maybe
knew
we
you.
did watch the Colt Cabana airport thing first, and then we're like, who the fuck is this guy?
I just watched you with your fucking car with shaving cream all over
Aye,
it.
that's right. So
and the singlet at the airport.
Well, there was the Vice documentary first, and then a year later,
yeah, but
I
we
met
didn't
Cabana.
see. I think we
Right.
saw the Colt Cabana thing first,
Aye.
and then we inquired about you, like, who the hell is this guy?
Aye, because I remember the first time that I ever heard about you guys was on a Christmas day. Cabana went, "Hey, my buddy's up in Cleveland, want to book you?" And I'm like, "Fucking hell, this is the best Christmas ever." Because you know what I mean? Because I'm like, "Fucking hell." Because like, as a British wrestler, any wrestler that's in Britain, their dream is to go to America to wrestle.
And this is before they were all coming over to
Oh,
America.
100%, 100%. And before that was like 20 years.
Just wanted to point out that we were the trendsetters.
You're the guys that are the trendsetters.
Well,
Bola was last weekend. Every cunt and their dog is in Bola.
Well, what indie guys would have really come over from Europe, like Swiss Money Holding Company?
Doug Williams. He was signed to TNA and he went Noah. He was in Noah for a while.
But like other than that, like it wasn't like now where, like you said, every cunt and dog are in Bola.
Every cunt and their dog's in Bola. Sounds weird, doesn't it? No, I mean...
It was kind of before, though, you know, what
like
people are saying,
export.
like the resurgence of British wrestling or whatever. Which
Yeah,
I personally feel that you're a little bit responsible for.
Wow.
Not trying to suck up to you because you're in the studio or anything, but
I think you definitely pushed
Keep
the door
sucking,
open.
bro. Keep sucking.
oh, you want to tell a story about sucking? But I feel like you helped put a lot of eyes on the whole kind of British scene, and especially the ICW and stuff like that. I think that opened a lot of doors in America.
Like I think Mark Dallas should be buying you the biggest Christmas present ever.
Well, nah, I mean... Well, me and Dallas are a team, man. We're a team, so I don't know.
But yeah, that kind of through Sonjay Dutt and Cole Cabana. That's kind of how we were exposed to you, and Biggins especially was like borderline obsessing over you.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch too much stuff. And Biggins,
I kept going.
We gotta fly.
We gotta
fly this guy for the fucking America, and I was like, dude, where the fuck are we gonna get money to fly anybody to over the ocean?
We somehow figured it out that if you're a $900 ticket, we could spread it over 3 different shows. It was $300 a night. We're like, we can afford $300 a night for your flight. And then we're like, we got to book him against Cabana one-on-one, first time in America. We got to book him against Tracy Smothers one-on-one. And then Thorne got the call. I think you and me were DMing and like...
I mean, I know, like, I must admit, I probably Boras kind of gave me the idea that this weekend where I had been signed up for British Boot Camp, TNA British Boot Camp was probably going to clash. But I was like, fuck, please no. Because, come on, at the end of the day, right, there's 52 weekends in a fucking year. How can it be? How can it possibly be? How
you're going to come to America for the first time the weekend
for the
you're
first
already...
time that I'm supposed to be in America wrestling, the first ever time in the history of my life I'm meant to be coming to America wrestle. The 2 weekends land on the same weekend. How bad luck is that?
Yeah, what are the chances of that?
What's the chances? Really? But what is
Wait,
the chances?
how long at that point had you been wrestling?
Man, so, I mean, I started in 2002. My trainer was a paedophile. He got locked up. I started to become a rock star. How the fuck do you know that?
We had experience with Jay Phoenix. He got stuck in Shima's car one time.
Well, it wasn't him, but I mean, you know Jay Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we booked him once.
Well, listen to this story. So he came to America with zero plan, which
we're getting off topic, but this is a good story.
Real quick. So he comes to America with no plan, zero plan. Well, he ends up getting stuck with DJZ Shima Zion. Well, I was traveling with...
Really? I didn't even know
I was traveling with DJZ all weekend, so he got booked the night before in Pittsburgh, and then he's like...
For Corey Graves' dad's promotion, right?
No. Oh, he got a triple shot. He worked for Corey Graves' federation. He worked for IWC Norm Connors.
I'm still for CCW because I heard they fucking stole a wallet.
No, Chikara.
He stole a wallet here, too.
Well...
You're kidding me.
No, he stole a wallet here. Well, first off, after we first met him, after he had made this plan with DJZ, we realized what a piece of shit he was. Oh. And me and DJZ kept trying to figure out how to leave him places. Like, we were going to leave him different places, but he was too tricky. He would always somehow get back in the car before we could leave.
I can't believe you knew Jay Phoenix. And even fucking Z as well.
So anyways...
This guy has an infamous reputation in America.
He keeps stealing all weekend, and we know he's stealing, but we can't do anything about it. So at Denny's, we were at a Denny's, and DJZ and Corey Graves were going through this fucking guy's merch, or like his merch bag and his worker bag in my car because...
While Biggins had him distracted.
I had him distracted at Denny's because people were coming up, stuff came up missing. Well, then at AIW... he gets there and stuff comes up missing.
Didn't he? I think he robbed Fabulous John
He
McChesney.
robbed Fabulous John McChesney, and Fabulous John McChesney left him in the streets of Ohio.
Yeah, they drove. They said, "Hey, we're taking you to the bus station," and they drove him downtown.
And he was a dick.
They made him get out, and they left him stranded downtown.
And he was a dick to one of the boys, and I won't say who, but that guy pissed in his shoes. And, like, while Jay Phoenix was wrestling, the dude in the locker room peed in his shoes, and then he put his shoes back on.
Yeah, everyone pissed all over his shit and stuff.
Oh, my God.
And
now he's a pedophile.
But, yeah, so he stole a bunch of stuff, and then they left. He got left in downtown Cleveland, and we didn't know what happened to him after that. And then all these years later, we hear he's like a pedophile.
Oh, he's been in the jail. He get caught masturbating in a cubicle toilet where there's
Like George
children
Michaels?
walking about. Basically, except it was in a public leisure swimming pool. And then he get released.
And all this is allegedly.
I was going to say get released.
All this is allegedly.
Allegedly.
This is all allegedly. And apparently the last time I heard he was walking around a football stadium, a soccer stadium, dressed in the soccer team's colours, pretending to be the coach and trying to get fucking kids to try.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Fuck him, man.
Am I going to get fucked for saying this? I don't know.
No.
No. Fuck Jay Phoenix.
You're over it. You're in a different country,
fuck
man.
Jay Phoenix.
Fuck Jay Phoenix. But
Let's get back
to your,
yeah.
And
your
now,
breaking.
I thought you told me there was no downtown Cleveland. I'm sure you told me that last year.
What are you talking
No,
about?
there's downtown Cleveland.
There's a downtown Cleveland.
I'm sure I asked him
We'll
last
go-
year how I go and party, and he went and there's no downtown.
That's when they were renovating it last year. I said it was all tore up because they were rebuilding the flats last time you were here. That's what I meant.
Because you know that cunt in the plane has bigged this place up as if it's like Vegas.
Oh, yeah, Grado
That's not Vegas.
flew in today with a guy from Cleveland, this 45-year-old guy who says Cleveland's the party town of the country.
Oh, he was putting it over something awful, man.
Everywhere he told you to go was at least 90 minutes away.
Well, I came off that.
He told you to go to Cedar Point, which is an amusement park.
He showed me pictures of it as well, the roller coasters and pools, and I wanted to go.
They have a Chicky and Pete's there.
And I just seen Melt. I just seen Melt as
Yeah,
well.
we'll get to
Yeah,
you.
Mel,
Right.
that's the home base Melt right there.
Okay, so you and Borash are talking, and it says it might be a conflict.
No, you asked him how he got into wrestling, and he said his guy was a pedophile.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but my story in wrestling is really boring.
No, but how long had you been in the business when the TNA thing happened?
Quite a while.
Yeah. So, of all weekends, TNA and us both want to book you on the same
So
weekend.
this
That's
is
my
like the
point.
biggest weekend of my life, basically.
Yeah, your Christmas.
This is my Christmas, and it's fucked. And you guys have already booked my flights.
Yeah.
You have already sent me the.
We spread that $900 over 3 days.
Aye.
Because we're
There's
professionals.
the deal on like Grado Does America where I put it on Facebook and it just blows up and like people are like,
Yeah, Cabana was
well
sending
done.
it out.
I go, America, it's yourself, and it's like, you know what I mean. And then Boras tells me that this weekend that TNA need me for the reality TV show.
Because it was almost like the perfect storm, because right around that time is when the ICW documentary came out on Netflix America.
Oh, really?
So like everybody was like getting fucking hip to you.
And British Boot Camp didn't air in America, but it got picked up with like the Smarks, like with like torrents and
hey,
YouTube and
let's
stuff.
not talk about torrents.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've downloaded an AIW torrent before.
You
I hate
motherfucker.
you.
I have
I could have had $15 in the
I
till.
did. Like before when you booked me, I was like, "Fuck, I need to see these guys." And I bought,
$9.99.
yeah. And Nikki Storm was on the show. And does that really piss you guys off?
No.
I downloaded the best of
I'll
Cabana on
forgive
there
you.
as well, and
I'll
I told
forgive
him. I download everything. No, I don't download everything for torrents. I don't.
Mike Burns is going to be a little hot about this conversation.
But anyways, British Boot Camp,
Smart Mark Video.
you could get access to access to British Boot Camp when it didn't air here because it was only on what's that channel?
So you were kind of like picking up a lot of steam in America. So we were like, fuck, this is like almost
because
the
we had
perfect
booked you
storm.
before the tidal wave.
Like it was like the perfect storm. Like we booked you months in advance, and then like this Netflix documentary came out, and like it was like the only wrestling documentary you could get access to on Netflix. So like everybody was talking about it, and then people were getting their hands on British Boot Camp. Like British Boot Camp was airing like weeks leading up to when you were coming. So we were like, oh fuck, this is gonna be sweet. You know, this is like the perfect storm.
And like girls were flying from Alaska. All these people from like all over the country were
Oh
traveling.
man,
here
those
just
girls
to
from
see it.
Alaska were crazy. They
What?
got in
They
fights.
got in a fist fight in the parking lot.
yeah, there's a fight.
Fucking hell.
Somebody knocked over their igloo.
Yeah, I think that's racist Alaskan people.
And
My favorite band's from Alaska. My favorite band is from Alaska. I've actually got them tattooed, madam. This is a boring. Who gives a
36
fuck?
Crazy Face.
36 reasons from Alaska. Set this place off.
But anyway, so these girls from Alaska came
But
and all
anyway.
this stuff.
Hold on. 2 fucking chicks from Alaska wanted to come and see me.
They came.
Shut up.
They had already bought their flights from
And then
Alaska.
they got in a
They
fist
thought
fight.
they were coming to see me.
Yeah, they were coming
2
to see
fucking
you.
chicks from Alaska.
Yeah, they got. But the girls from Alaska came, and they ended up getting in a fight with other female girls. And
Oh my god. Were these attractive, these women? Nah, they were fucking rotten, weren't they?
You gotta
They were
They run.
alright. They were
Oh
alright.
shit! If they know me, then they're probably listening to this podcast.
They were
possibly,
alright.
Alaskan girls, if you're there, just give me a wee fucking tweet. I need some swearing. It's embarrassing, man.
But like
Just-
a lot of people were coming out of town for you.
Right now, I feel fucking terrible, man. Come on.
How many people flew to North Carolina for you?
Nah, absolutely. Hey, you know, guess what? That was 2 years ago this weekend.
I know. Your anniversary, you're
And this
finally
is
in Cleveland.
and we're finally doing you versus Cabana, first
oh my
time
god.
in America.
Jesus, I know that's hilarious.
See,
isn't it?
we're long-term storytellers
Oh my
here.
god.
yeah.
This
it,
is
wo-
like
it works out.
this is like the final deletion or something or whatever the fuck
crazy,
you
yeah.
do.
So then you don't come, and we have this horrible weekend, and you had this great weekend where you get a TNA deal.
I must admit, I did enjoy my weekend. I wrestled
Were
EC3
you
in a
thinking-
singles match. What else happened that weekend? What else happened that weekend? I'm trying to think.
You had to do like a bunch of like reality show stuff in a bus,
I had like
right?
I mean, I just drank all week in a caravan.
But then they drive you around like Road Rules.
We went where?
There's American show Road Rules where they put a bunch of. It's like Real World.
Wasn't
and
it like a
RV.
reality show where you guys are all in a car?
I was the only guy drinking, and then again they would put the cameras on. But I was just tanning my blue moons. I was in the van for the Monday to the following Tuesday, and then ended up going to New York. And you remember Xavier, the former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion?
Of course.
He was the bouncer on the door, and he got me a free lap dance.
Xavier? Mm-hmm. Best Ring of Honor champion of all time.
Yeah, he was the first. But no, he was the second. Third?
Second.
So Xavier is a doorman in a Manhattan strip club, and he got us in. I was like, I'm
You had to
gonna.
have a ladder
Did you
back
have
out.
like? Did you have like a fucking like? Did somebody tip you off to that, or did you just go to a strip club and go, "Oh my god, you're Xavier"?
No, we got tipped off. But I did play it off as like, oh my god, this is Xavier. And then so he let us in. And I got a free dance, first of all. Then when the second dance I got, I realised my breath was a bit stinky. So I asked the dancer who was dancing on me naked, and I asked her, I says, do you have any chewing gum? Do you have any gum? Yeah, I have gum. And I paid $20 for a packet of chewing gum for a lap dancer. $20. And then I went to get another drink for the bar, and I went, can I get a vodka and Coke? And she went, would that be a bottle? And I went, no. And she went, no, we'll give you a bottle. $120. I was with Noam Dar. I says, no, we're getting to fuck. So we picked up our stuff and we left, and I've got my chewing gum as well that I paid $20 for. And that was all Xavier. Xavier got us that.
Well, fuck, that's a better story than I ever anticipated.
Yeah,
that's probably better than hanging out with the Alaskan girls. You got to hang out with Xavier.
Aye.
You got some expensive chewing gum.
and a bottle of booze. Mm-hmm. So then,
And I was my first Five Guys as well that weekend, actually.
You like Five Guys?
Fucking love
I used to
Five
work for a
Guys.
company called Five Guys Pro Wrestling.
Did you really?
yeah, they did urban.
They
Wrestling.
just
They ran the
burgers-
that was the
burgers-
shell company for the Urban Wrestling
The
Federation.
milkshakes at Five Guys. Oh,
See, that's only in New York. Though. In
I
Ohio, we
thought-
don't have milkshakes.
you don't have Five
They
Guys?
got milkshakes, dude.
What's up?
They got milkshakes.
Not in Ohio.
I'm not gonna argue with you about this.
So, anyways, you and me still stayed in communication.
Yeah.
but
You guys are kind of like fucking like pen pals, but Voxer pals.
Oh,
Yeah.
we talk to each other.
probably
nearly
at, least,
weekly,
at
man.
least once a week, probably.
Aye.
So, anyways, all of a sudden I see we want to be the first people in North America to book you other than Dixie. So all of a sudden I see you get booked in Toronto, Canada. I go, what the fuck?
Aye.
Go ahead.
No, just because I remember I was on the. I remember when you voxed me, I was just after I wrestled in Wembley, and I danced to Like a Prayer with Broken Matt Hardy, and it was
Another
cool
hero.
as fuck. And I remember you voxed me going, "Hey man, you're in Toronto. We're running the same weekend. Anytime." And I was like, "Fuck, that makes perfect sense."
Yeah.
Aye. So
And then you agreed to the booking, and then the guy got real mad because he had bought your flight, and we didn't give any money to him.
right. See, I never knew that.
Yeah,
I never
we
knew
don't-
that. I never knew that. Oh, did they me? What was that?
Grado's never had a time cue before.
We get time cues, man.
I'm like, what the fuck is that?
So,
they did.
so anyways,
It's gonna be a long one. I have a feeling.
yeah. So we got you that weekend, And that was great because then it worked out because
So,
you and your brother went sightseeing.
you
in
remember
Toronto.
that?
Oh, yeah, I know everything, man.
Oh man, I mean I can't go.
Your brother didn't come though, right? Your brother
My
didn't
brother stayed in Toronto
because he was scared of the border, right?
He didn't. I was scared of the border because I didn't have a visa, and I remember being in Toronto airport, and they're quite stiff with question like, "Why you going to the States?" So I was like,
Didn't you do your dumb foreigner act?
kind of. I went. They went, "Why you going to the States?" I went, "Oh, there's a big wrestling match this weekend." Yeah, who's fighting? And I went, Colt Cabana. And he went, who the hell is Copo Cabana? And I was like, well, he's a big wrestler. And I went, oh,
I thought they called
enjoy
him
yourself.
Coco Bananas.
I fucked that up.
Yeah.
It was a better name than that.
I know your story better than you, man. Coco
You fucking
Bananas.
did it. It was better than that, innit? So then...
Biggins always ruins bits,
No, but
man.
I remember even getting into Toronto at the time, and like it was hard to get into Toronto because they're like, why are you here? And I was like, well, sightseeing for 4 days. What are you here for? And I went, the titty bells. Thinking that I would pop the guy, and the guy was like, And he made me go into another room, and they started fucking Googling me and fucking all this shit. And long story, it was horrible.
And then you just start dancing and play the Benny Hill song, and they're like, he's from the UK, go ahead.
On you go. Aye. But he stayed in Toronto, and then I came to Cleveland, and then was that what was the
That was the time it was the coldest day in history here.
was that Dennis Stamp? And shit,
Yeah,
no?
Yeah,
that was your
Was it?
debut.
Oh, fucking hell, man, that was the best.
You
man.
come to America, the first thing you do is meet Dennis Stamp. How was that?
That was cool when he just whipped out his wrestling gear for that night. This is my attire, and it was like a pair of jeans, a pair of white fucking
Hawaiian shirt.
sports shoes, and a Hawaiian shirt.
Well, he came in just to do an appearance, and then
I don't know how we weaseled him into that.
we just talked him into it.
It was his first match since like 1991 or something.
And I was like, man, you need to get better wrestling gear. So I gave him my leotard. He wore my singlet over his jeans, and he was loving it. He was like, oh man, really? Can I wear it? Can I wear it? Really? And he felt like $1,000,000. He had his sports shoes, his jeans, and my fucking leotard singlet over the top of him, and he loved it, man. He loved it.
He loves to talk too, doesn't he?
Oh, I remember he was cutting a promo in the ring, and it must have been about 30 minutes before my music hit.
He's reading poems and shit.
Oh, you're reading the crowd poems, and you know the crowd were that respectful as well. Do you know what I mean? It was cool.
One thing I always wanted to know, speaking to your entrance, how'd you pick Madonna Like a Prayer?
Just because I was fed up listening to fucking Disturbed Down with the Sickness, or
36 Crazy Fists.
I wish.
Power Man 5000.
Saliva. Aye, Power Man 500. And I remember listening to Glee, Like a Prayer, and going, fuck, nobody uses music like that. And then I tried it at my buddy's house, and then I went, fuck it, I'm using that. I need to stop swearing so much, man. Do you guys swear as much as this?
Swear?
Aye.
We get heat because
A lot of people give us bad. They give us bad reviews for saying fuck too much, but fuck them.
Fuck, that's bad, man.
And we have a tag team called the Jollyville Fuckets, and people are real offended that we have a tag team called the.
Have I seen him before?
No, you'll see them tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
They've been off for a little bit.
They went on fucking vacation.
Fucking
And I remember the first show I went to as well. It was a really good four-way fucking survival, or what was it? Just a fatal four-way. I remember it was Eddie Kingston was in it. Josh Alexander. Who was it? It was
Ethan Page.
Ethan Page.
And another
It
guy.
was a four-way.
Maybe Johnny.
Probably no. It was a four-way for the title. And it was really good, man.
Yeah, and Veda Scott and Josh Alexander. It was a big heel turn.
What do you think about Veda Scott, huh?
What?
What do you think about
Well,
Veda?
you told me to follow her on Twitter and say that I had the best of Veda Scott
Oh,
DVD, and she believed me. She believed me.
I was trying to get Grado to sexually harass all the women in
She was
wrestling.
like, he was like, follow her and say you've got the best of Veda Scott DVD, and I followed her, and she was like, thanks.
Wasn't a good opening line, huh?
That was it.
Biggins gives bad
That was it.
He gives bad intel, dude.
Hey, what about the time? What about the time I was meant to wrestle Dalton Castle? I DM'd him and told him I was going to suck his cock in the parking lot.
That was for remix.
I've never heard of a guy ever refusing to wrestle somebody until fucking you tell the guy you want to suck his dick behind a dumpster, and then the guy goes, "I'm not wrestling him. He's a piece of shit."
Nah. Just to clear it up, I have everything's fine with me and Dalton Castle. It's cool. I love him. He's cool. He's a nice guy. But the night I was
Maybe you shouldn't have broke the ice that way.
Yeah.
that was probably the wrong way. The night before I was supposed to wrestle Dalton Castle, I got fucked up. He followed me. I followed him.
What do we do? That was for AIW, right? We got fucked up that night.
It would have been that night. It would have been that night.
Yeah, we go to
because we went to a bar and you just kept playing fucking like a prayer.
We kept making you do
that
your
was the next night. Friday night though.
No, Friday night we did it at the Hooley House.
Yeah, we went to Hooley House, and that was where the show you did stuff with Booker T.
Yes. So, and the next night I'll go back to the Booker T, but the next night I was meant to wrestle Dalton Castle, so I DMs him. Can't wait to wrestle you tomorrow night. Maybe before the match, I'll suck your cock in the parking lot if you let me. And I'm thinking, this guy's going to reply and go, ha ha.
Grado explained, well, first off, the car ride is...
You thought the boys thing was like a legit thing,
you know
right?
what I mean? Okay, so we went to Remix Pro in Marietta, Ohio, which is 3 hours south of Cleveland. And this is our car.
I just want to add that it's you, Grado.
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
And the Laredo kid.
It's me,
This fucking
Grado.
phone would not stop beeping the whole
The
trip.
Laredo kid, whose English is probably better or worse than yours, and probably the most insane amount of merch we've ever tried to squeeze into a car.
Oh, that was that when I bought the...
You had 800 T-shirts.
I think
Grado has
you accidentally made too big of an order from Ryan Barkin.
That's right.
Grado has a whole pallet of T-shirts in my car from 1 Hour Tees. Poor Laredo kid. I've never seen a guy smash so hard in the seat. It's merch, and real tiny in the corner, Laredo. With two phones.
What'd you think of Laredo kid, man?
I like him, but he should turn off his fucking notifications.
Two
or at least
phones
put
at
his phone in
once.
silent.
Two phones at once.
Constantly, man. Why does he need those notifications?
What about at 3 a.m. when we're driving home and all of a sudden we keep seeing these flashes? Go, what the fuck is that? It's
He's
Laredo.
taking selfies and shit. And the back, he's taking selfies.
Well, he did have a milk
are you
crate of
doing?
DVDs on his lap.
Did he have his mask on though?
Yeah, of
I
course.
think he did, aye.
Yeah.
He just
Sheets was real weird about it.
because he walked in with his mask on.
He never takes it off.
You put over sheets to me as well. I wasn't a great lover.
You don't put like anything I put.
No. Come on, melt. I put it over. I didn't like fucking lube your ass barrel. Whatever you fucking call it. What do
You're
you call
stinking
that?
lube. You ask. You go. Where can I get unlimited chicken wings and macaronis and cheese? I go. There's a lunch buffet.
I hate when you say macaronis and cheese. It's macaroni.
Macaroni and cheese.
Macaronis and cheese.
Aye.
Mac
I
and
didn't
cheese.
like that. Quake and lube and shit. And what's the other one called? The fucking the gas station.
The gas station.
Sheets.
I don't like that.
How do you not like sheets, man?
Nah.
Are you a Wawa guy?
I don't. What's a Wawa guy?
Wawa.
It's a competition. There are two gas stations. You're
No, I'm a 7-Eleven guy.
Oh,
It's
7-Eleven.
a sandwich from 7-Eleven.
Don't
Straight
get that
up.
spray candy.
Turkey ham, man. Come on.
What the fuck? This
Anyway,
is
so Dalton Castle kayfabe is my fucking DM.
Didn't he
I'm
ask you?
gonna-
Are you even a wrestler?
Well. No, I mean, me and Dalton. Nah, come
You're
on.
fine with Dalton. We got it.
I'm fine. We got it. But you know, what I mean, he kayfabed that DM, original DM.
The one about you
And he
sucking his cock.
Aye, I thought that would be a good icebreaker. I want to suck your cock. No, really, you know what I mean? Like straight up, thought it would be cool. But he took it the wrong
Hey,
way.
what's up? I'm working tomorrow. How's your dick?
Exactly. Oh well.
didn't go too well.
But honestly, we ended up having a good time. I mean, honestly, I really had a good time dancing with Dalton. Fucking, I really think he's fucking cool as hell. I'd love to tag with him or something like that in the IW or something like that. It'd be cool as fuck. So it would be.
It's a little
Really?
little pricey these days with Ring of
Are
Honor.
you really?
Yeah, he
We
said.
were booking him way back in the day.
Oh.
Before I don't even know if he was
He's
trained.
fucking good.
I don't know.
Yeah, but come on, he's good. He's good at cutting. His gimmick's so good.
Biggins don't like the partiers, and he likes the party.
Aye.
I put him on the list when he took a shit in a Family Dollar parking lot one time. That was enough for me.
No, I mean, you can kind of shut up.
Can't be pooping in public, man. That's gross.
Exposing too much here.
So, one of the best moments of my life ever. The IW boys tell me that I've got a fucking segment with Booker T. That's fucking amazing. But Booker T sees me.
Dude, Booker T had no fucking idea
Nah.
what he was getting into.
He did not.
He looked at you like you
What
were
the
just
fuck is this?
yeah. You thought you were some guy that just lived up the road or something.
Alright, he
He
did.
probably thought you were like a guy that like sponsored him to be on the show.
Yeah,
or
he
something.
paid for to
Like,
do a spinneroonie.
He
with him
did not know who I was. Like you said, he probably thought it was somebody up the road. And when I went up,
Remember
to
we were
him,
trying to talk to him, and he was just
he
like,
was
yeah.
not interested. He was
He had
just
no
like,
fucking-
We'll
he-
see what happens when we get out there.
He's like, yeah, man, just we'll see how it goes.
Aye.
He had no idea what he was getting into with the entrance.
So I fucking interrupt him. I can't remember how it goes. Like
he was doing a spinneroonie contest with fans,
And then he said he's leaving because he's not doing one.
and then you interrupted him. And I think at that moment he was like, "What the fuck did I just get myself into?" Because you're doing your entrance and you can't get in the ring. And I think he was a little bit pissed at first when you're like, "Booker, help me over the ropes, help me over the ropes."
I remember that.
And like he was just looking at you like, "What the fuck?" Like I think he thought it was like
Killing
fuck
it.
real. Like
yeah,
I think he thought it was like who the fuck is this guy?
Aye.
And then I think after a few minutes he fucking realized what was going on, but he definitely was not interested at the very beginning
No.
at all.
And like there was no way in his mind that he went out there thinking that he was going to get physical with me.
No.
Like, no, 100%. So we did whatever we did.
No, he was just doing his cookie cutter shit.
He was just doing his spinner and a gimmick. I try and copy him, blah blah blah. But the best moment in my whole fucking entire career is when I try to spin a Rooney. He does a spin a Rooney. He shakes my hand. He pulls me in. He whispers in my ear and he calls, "You're getting bookend." And he fucking bookends me in that ring. And it was the best feeling. And you're getting the bookend. You're getting the bookend.
At that moment, did you feel like a professional wrestler?
That is one of the only times I've ever felt like a fucking professional wrestler, when I was stunning, looking to the ceiling, and I just heard the crowd were just going nuts, and I was like, fucking hell. He just called the bookend to me, and I took the bookend.
On the fly.
Oh, it was brilliant. Excellent. But he told me backstage, he was like, "You really brought it on me, bro. You really get me going. You really got me going, bro."
Yeah,
It's
like
amazing.
and like I've heard stories where he's like could be hard to deal
Hard.
with, and like I think like after that he was just fucking so cool for the rest of the night.
He was just
signed about fucking 800 8x10s we had left over.
Soon to be available on shop.aiwrestling.com.
What is that? The 8x10s of the show?
8x10s.
Oh,
The show's
right.
already been out. So back to the show where you wrestled Dennis Stamp. Do you remember sleeping and we had to wake you up on the bleachers because you were so fucking tired?
I was so...
I think he was so a little drunk too.
Because that's what... You know what? I love company
She's
IW.
like, "Whoa, free beers for the workers?"
Fucking hell, that's so cool. That is so cool. He's getting a fucking free beer. Yeah, a free beer.
I love seeing America through your eyes, because like when we drive around, you'll be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they got this and that."
Aye.
Your number one thing was, "Oh my god, the workers get free beer here."
Mate, honestly, I love just
Mark
pulling...
Dallas doesn't buy you a fucking 6-pack.
I just love pulling the straps down, getting my tits out, and fucking cracking open a cold one. I just love
Do
sitting
you feel
there.
like a pro wrestler then
Oh,
too?
it's the best. Talk to BJ Whitmer about shit. It's fucking cool, man.
Just drinking beers with your straps on, and your
Talk-
boots unlaced,
Oh,
just talking
yeah.
shop
Just
backstage.
talking shop with
So
BJ
that like
Whitmer.
the students are cleaning up, and like we're finishing up at the venue, and Thorne's like, "Where's Grado? We gotta get him. We're gonna go to the bar. We gotta wake you up. We're shaking you on the bleachers. Wake up, man. Wake up."
I mean, I remember there was a video of it on the internet. I remember seeing that, and I was fucking snoring and everything.
I think we went to the bar with Dennis Stamp. Did we go drinking with Dennis Stamp?
Yes, we went to the
that,
bar.
That was when in the BBC. I done an interview with the
We
BBC.
go to Denny's.
From a Denny's landline.
Denny's landline.
We go to Denny's. And
I was on 5 Live, which is the biggest radio fucking show in UK.
at Brook Park Denny's on the phone at the front
He
desk.
said, "Hey Denny's, I need the BBC to call into your landline. What's the number?"
No, the best is the BBC calls and they come to our table and we're like, "Sir, you have a phone call
From the
It's the BBC."
From the BBC.
That's right, because the weekend that I came over to AIW was that week that I
Yeah,
done
we
that
were
hashtag
lucky to
Say
catch.
Yes
We
Madonna.
caught the tidal wave of all the stuff the first time, and
Aye.
you didn't come. The time you do come, we caught the tidal wave of the
Say
Please
Yes
Say Yes
Madonna.
Madonna.
Aye.
Yeah.
So I was on the phone talking to BBC, talking about I'm here in Cleveland and blah blah blah, and Madonna's a bitch, you know this bullshit. Fuck.
And then Dennis Stamp
And
was
then
there.
Dennis Stamp.
And then you
I
try to
felt
get
cheeky.
You try to recite Beyond the Mat to him, and he has no fucking idea what he said in
Aye,
Beyond the Mat. He had not a fucking clue.
and he gets so mad at you in that video on YouTube.
Aye. I felt a wee bit bad watching that back because I am just like taking the piss and fucking poking fun at it, but it's cool, man.
He
And it's
doesn't
fucking
understand why
Dennis. He doesn't
people
get
love
it.
him
Come
for
on,
that.
come on.
I want to give a shout out to Dennis Stamp. He's the coolest dude ever.
Dennis Stamp is a cool dude. He'd rather be in the main event and Brave, and he is.
Do you know all his lines?
I know quite a few of these lines. I paid 160. Was it?
$160 for flight
I
change.
paid $160 to change my flight.
And how much am I getting paid tonight? And Terry goes 50.
I was going to pay you 50. I was going to pay you 50. Double. What is he goes? He goes double wage. He goes. I'm getting double. There's so many.
Terry, I don't want to be the old dog in the locker room.
Hey, old Spot in the corner. Hey, Spot. Oh, what else is there?
I just think it's cool that
wanna
Dennis
rough me,
Stamp,
Brett? You wanna
Dennis
rough me,
Stamp
Brett?
and Terry Funk have been in AIW because I don't think there's 3 guys that love Beyond the Mat more than us. Maybe
Man,
Cabana, but that's about it.
Mate,
I saw it in the theater right after.
I
I
watched
did. I
school.
saw it in theater too.
I watched it again with Shah Samuels 3 weeks ago, and it's one of the, it's layered. There's so many things that you pick up that you never, like every time you watch it, you pick up something
new.
Yeah.
You know?
Like
I-
work on your upper body, and then you'll be in the hunt.
Sell the back so much that they don't think that you're going to be able to compete tonight. Vince Russo to Sable. You remember
Jake
that?
the Snake made that girl's night, man.
What was the... Mike Modest has been ready for a year.
Yeah. Dude, what about when Roland starts crying, man?
I love that.
That's like, I feel bad for like this new generation of like wrestlers and like wrestling fans that probably just don't even ever think to seek that out and watch it. It's like it's the most. I think it's the most iconic piece of wrestling media that exists.
Like Thorne and I make Beyond the Mat jokes all the time. Like all our students are like, "What's that?" Like nobody gets it when they come to training and they're like, "How can I become a wrestler?" And I go, "You got to read the soup can label, brother.
or when I say you guys got to get in the gym and work on that upper body. Then you'll be in the
You
hunt.
got to get in the game."
Ooh, I ain't seen that before. But you know, I noticed like fucking Modest and the guy that he's
Tony
wrestling,
Jones.
right? Tony Jones.
He just added Cabana on Facebook recently.
Oh, really? Actually,
We're gonna be booking him next.
Fucking hell. So, so they did a high spot in that match, right? Like a fucking move, and fucking
Kryptonite Crunch.
Cornette fucking pops his load for a high spot.
Yeah.
I ain't seen that before. He's a fucking. That's a work. That's a work. You know that shit like he hates.
That's because he knew the
Bucks? I know that. He fucking loves all that shit.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's all
I think-
it's all
yeah,
stick. I
I think
think
Come
at
on.
this
it's a
point.
shtick. Yeah.
Come
Like
on.
he knows that's gonna get. I think Vince Russo's doing the same thing. He just knows how to rile everybody up.
He hates
Brother.
Owens. He hates fucking.
Bro.
You ever work with
Bro.
Vince Russo, man?
Oh, aye.
Didn't
But me,
Vince
me,
Russo
me and Russo are tight.
didn't no wait,
Me
wait.
and Russo are
No,
fucking
but
tight.
didn't Vince Russo turn on you in a match once?
Yep. Never trust a New Yorker, Grado. Never trust a New Yorker. No, I mean fucking
Did he hit
Russo
you with a
had a
brass
feud.
knucks or something?
Mean I wrestled Russo.
You
No,
wrestled him?
You didn't know this?
You didn't know this? This is a true
He
thing.
took the worst. I did the RKO, but I call it the R Grado. And he took the worst fucking R Grado, worse than Linda McMahon taking a stunner. The worst, right? But so I wrestled him in a match, and he wears these fucking. He wore the same clothes that he wore when he won the WCW title when he fucking wrestled
Oh, like a
me.
Yankees jersey?
Right, he won the Yankees
Mets
right?
jersey or something.
Right, so I wrestled him, and fucking I beat him, and I know that it's a fucking cut and sell it, right? Grado versus Vince Russo, right? All the boys are in the back, so I pin him after I fucking hit the finish. When I hit him, I fucking go and start stabbing his balls with my finger, right? And he's screaming like a fucking ghetto, my balls, my balls, my balls. So we get back and he goes, Grado, I got a problem down there with my balls. You know, I should have told you, but I got a little problem out there. You know, the only people that's ever done that before is yourself and Scott Steiner. What the fuck? No, mate, fucking me and Russo go on, man. Fucking me and Russo message each other and again. He's fucking. He watched me and Dinsmore do a bum bag and a pole match. And we came back and he went, bro, I got tears in my eyes, bro. That was so good. I got tears in my eyes. He fucking loved it.
I never knew that you and
Shout
Vince
out,
Russo so tight.
shout out to Eugene.
Shout out to Russo.
No, shout out to Eugene and Mrs. South Dakota.
Yep, Mrs. Dinsmore. It's Mrs. South Dakota. Oh, it might be North.
Whatever, some Dakota.
One of the Dakotas.
Yep.
Fuck, man, that was I didn't know that you and Vince Russo were.
Mate,
so
I've got
tight.
fucking a few pals, man. He was asking me today. I've got my phone. I love.
Oh, yeah,
Who's like your weirdest friend?
I would say Double J probably.
Jeff Jarrett because I always text him all the time.
You once told him in my car that you made $25,000 at the gimmick table. And he believed you. He believed you. What the fuck did you sell? A car?
Did you sell some gold?
Oh.
Oh, double jizz, man.
Grado silver.
I'll try to think it's a fucking Russo's Russo probably takes the biscuit. Russo.
I'll tell you.
What about Raven? You and Raven buddies?
Me and Raven are buddies as well. He likes to practice his stand-up comedy in front of.
Why did Raven cross the road?
Why?
To get to the other side. That's a Raven joke.
Nah, Raven's good as well.
Does Raven ever try to help you with your gimmick? Wrestlers.
Does he wrestler rescue you?
Said, why you call? Hey, Grado. I kind of did a Raven impression. He was like,
does he put
why
baby
you
powder
call
in your
Grado?
gloves?
Surely you should be called Grade A. Grade A. Grado. Grade A. That's what he said to me.
He wrestler rescued you, dude.
Did he tell you to wear like gloves and wear like a cape and be a vampire?
Nah, but that's you can tell that if
What if your name?
steaming,
What
man.
if your name was Dr. Agula? So it's like Dr. Agula, like Dragula.
No, in fact, Raven sent me a text though.
Read one of his jokes. Read that chocolate one.
What the fuck?
So Raven thinks he's a stand-up comedian. And he plays his material off of Grado.
No. You guys are good. So all these jokes. So
I'll tell.
he
Can I
goes,
tell the
is
one?
it grade O or is it grad O or is it great O or is it great O? No, wait, I know it's.
Whoa.
You allowed to say that in this podcast?
No, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Well, can we tell the one joke he said? He says, life is like a box of chocolates until Tommy Dreamer eats them all. That's
Yeah,
one
what
of his
you're gonna
jokes.
get.
That's his best joke he say yet.
I feel bad.
Who else?
Well, let's talk about another celebrity you met, a celebrity in Cleveland at least. For 10 years, we try to get Matt Fish of Melt to come to AIW. Never comes, never responds. Grado comes to town. You're the biggest celebrity of Europe. So Matt Fish shows up with about $200 worth of food.
Mate, Melt is fucking a bomb. What? Oh, fuck, Melt is the bomb.
Bomb.com.
Bomb.com. A party in my mouth and everybody's invited. Everybody put over Melt for years and I really wanted to try it and eventually they came to the show and I tried it.
Owner came.
The owner came. He gave me 2 t-shirts which I wear all the time and I'm fucking devastated that I forgot to pack
Yeah,
them in this trip.
Grado comes to America, forgets the T-shirts that Melt gave him because he says he wears them so much they weren't.
I do. I wear the one of them's brown and orange like the fucking Cleveland Browns. Yep.
So what do you think? The Melt Man, you had the sandwich. You had
The
the
Melt
fried
Man is
mac and
cool as a
cheese.
cock.
Cool as a cock. Dalton Castle style.
He's cool as a cat's cock. I love him, man.
Well,
Really.
I guess
On that note,
on that note, cool cock sandwiches. We're gonna wrap this episode up.
No, I really. Hold on. No, shut up.
Do you ever feel like a rat in a cage?
No, I'm not
What's up with that guy's hand, man?
I'll just here. Tell me to sing a theme song.
Maybe Pado.
No, nah, do it. Let me do. Can I do Billy Gunn's 2001
I've
theme
asked
song?
me.
Look at all I've got.
What?
You
The
don't remember
one,
that
man.
Billy Gunn? Oh, sorry.
Is that the one?
look at all. That's the one, yeah.
Look at all I've got.
Billy
My
Gunn-
session. Did you tell me to know? Look at all I've got. Look at all I've.
We booked Billy Gunn, and I
Tell
think
me another theme song. Let me sing another
I think
theme
he
song.
hated it. I think he hated his
Come on, let me give
experience.
one, man.
Mr. Ass.
No, give me another wrestler. Come on.
Nathan Jones.
I don't even
I don't remember Nathan
It
Jones.
just goes bow wow wow bow wow wow.
What about DX?
No, come on. Something
X
better.
Factor.
Yo, you dealing with the X Factor. Look at I get the guy and the woman, and I'll never get that back. Well, I know you hate that factor, cause you ain't gonna be like that.
Can I tell you a funny story about that?
What
theme
you
song?
looking at?
Real quick. So when I was 16, I went to the wrestling, like the hotel where all the WWE guys were at,
Right.
right after the invasion, you know?
Right.
And Justin Credible
No.
is in the hotel gym pumping a little iron before the show. And he has a cassette tape of P. Diddy, Bad Boys for Life, just the single. And he just keeps...
On repeat.
And he's just got it playing in the little boombox in the hotel gym, and I'm just in there and I'm talking to him about ECW, man, and the Impact players, and he keeps doing workouts and fucking flipping the tape over so the song plays again, and I go, yo, man, what's going on with the X Factor? He goes, let me tell you a story about that, man. He goes, my agent is this. He also represents Uncle Cracker. So he goes, my agent got Uncle Cracker to do that little theme song for us.
You think Just Incredible still has an agent? Maybe Eric Sims.
No, not at all, dude.
Well, you know what's funny about that? I'm sure that you know that song.
And then Lance Storm came and picked him up, and I like marked out so hard because the Impact players were there.
Oh, I love the
Did they
Impact
do the pose
players.
when they got picked up?
I done the Impact Players pose with Eddie Edwards in Orlando a couple of weeks ago. It's fucking cool. I know it doesn't sound cool on tape, but I'll show you the pictures.
I don't know if that Just Incredible story sounded cool on tape either, but
Oh,
fuck,
it's
man.
funny. It's good.
Fuck, when I was...
Hey, how about you play us out with the Voodoo Kid Mafia?
Oh, was that the cold night? Someone cold night? Was it? Where did it go again?
Didn't you guys listen to Voodoo Kid Mafia with the Laredo kid in the car?
No. When Laredo's kid's phone's going off at 2 in the morning.
Remember Bubba Ray Dudley as well said something?
Yeah. Me and Grado watched. He had a tablet. We put it up on the windshield. This is so dangerous. You put up on the windshield, and we watched the YouTube documentary, The History of the Voodoo Kid Mafia, coming home from Remus.
That's right.
It's like a half hour.
I remember.
What did Laredo kid think of the Voodoo Kid Mafia?
Oh, he's
Is it true when you get signed to TNA, you get to go to the merch warehouse and get Robbie E glasses and Victoria wall hangings?
Nah, I never get anything like that. Although I go, what did I get?
Shout out to the fucking
Words.
not words, the merch man, dude, Lacazio.
98-pound loudmouth.
The 98-pound loudmouth.
Anthony Lacazio, that's the man.
The merch guy?
The
That's
little
our
guy?
I know the guy. His name's
Tony.
Tony. How do you
That's
know
our
Tony?
guy,
That's
dude.
our guy. He's the 98-pound loudmouth. He's the best manager in the independents.
He's from
Really?
Cleveland.
Yeah.
I love Tony.
He's from Cleveland.
He always goes.
He listens to every
What's
episode.
his phrase? He always goes, "Sup, daddy."
Sup, daddy? Yeah.
You know, he currently has 2...
Shut up, you guys know him.
Oh, yeah.
So he's over in the Indies.
Oh,
He-
yeah.
I spent my 30th birthday with him.
Really?
Do you know he currently has in stock over 244 Dixie Carter action figures?
Sup, daddy.
Sup, daddy? You know the 98-pound loudmouth?
That's
Tony-
his manager name, the 98-pound loudmouth.
Apparently, he manages like Mahabali Shira.
No, he manages Sean Schultz in Nashville.
He might come tomorrow. He keeps threatening he's coming.
Fuck off. Tony coming tomorrow?
Yeah, he might. He tried to come to the last
Better bring
one.
me some TNA shirts.
Yeah, they got a lot of them, I heard.
On that note, we're going to
We're
wrap
gonna
it up.
Wrap it up here.
Or we could get Grado fired so he can start using William
When are
Regal's
you moving
email
to
for something
America?
good.
I love America. I love America.
When you moving here?
Mate, I don't know, man. Whenever, I don't know where I'd go. My girlfriend's got a good job back home. I've got a good job being on other shit. Sorry if I'm sitting in my words.
But
I've been drunk about
the
fucking
healthcare is
Saturday.
so much better in America.
Oh, is it fuck?
No, it's horrible.
No, I don't. I'm sorry, my words now. I'm starting to be a bit.
That's because we've been drinking before we started podcasting.
Well, it's always fun to have you. We're going to have you again soon.
I could go a Jack Daniels and Diet Coke. I really could.
There's a bar across the street.
Aye, let's go.
Okay.
That's going to wrap it up here for this episode of The Card Is Going to Change. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. We are everywhere your podcast
Was that even
platforms.
interesting?
Yeah, that's good.
was
Voodoo
good.
Kid Mafia on the way out.
Yeah.
And you know what I say at the end?
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Thanks.
No, there's two of them.